When I first began building boots, I thought when I finished the boots, if the client got a box with a pair of boots in it, then that was good enough. But after a while, I started thinking about presentation. Now when the boots arrive in the box, they're wrapped in a flannel bag with my business name and logo on it. I also include a small booklet with information about me and my business. It starts out with a biography, and then there are some pictures of extra special boots that I've made, and a few pictures of me working in the shop, so that my clients will know that my boots are made by me personally, and not a machine or a computer or a whole band of elves. This is new. This is a certificate of authenticity. So the client gets a card that shows their name and when the boots were made, and I've also included the boot title. I name all of my boots after bluegrass and classic country songs. And then down here, this little pocket, I fold the invoice up and put it in here so it's nice and neat and not floating around in the box. And this side of the paper tells how to care for the boots, and this side gives some information about me. These are just some things that I've done in my business to try to make getting that box with bespoke boots in it much more exciting and more of a memorable experience.
I'm Sophie Alphys. I am the leather queen of America, and we import and sell high-end leather articles from Europe. We work with Libra Leather, housed and founded in New York City, and we import the world's best leather from the world's best tanneries in Europe and make it accessible for the top designers in the United States.
Several of my videos recently have featured my students, and I talk about my students on my blog. That's whatwouldlisado.net. I love that phrase because I hear my students saying it sometimes when they run into a problem. What would Lisa do? So that's my blog address, whatwouldlisado.net. Anyway, I've featured my students several times lately on my blog and my videos. And as a lesson in humility, I thought I'd show you my first pair of boots from when I was a student. So this is the first pair of boots that I ever built. They're not really pretty. I can't honestly tell you that they fit. They've been retired now, they're just up on a shelf. But this is what got me started. And I look at these and I remember not to ever judge my students or anyone else's students by their first attempt, because what matters is you keep trying and you keep practicing, and someday you'll be a bootmaker. This week on my In the Studio segment, I want to talk about patterning for inlay and overlay. I create patterns for every single element of my design, and that way I can accurately reproduce it anytime I want to. I've got two projects going on right now. One's an inlay design and one's an overlay design, so I'm going to show you how I create patterns for each of those. The first one is an overlay design. I've created patterns for each of the pieces that will become a part of the boot top. I make notations on each design element so I'll know how many I need to cut and of what color. On the flowers, because this pattern has two sides and they're symmetrical, then I know I need one flower going this way and one flower going this way. This one has a note on it that says I need 8, and I use greater than and less than symbols to show that I need 4 going this way and 4 going that way. All of the elements that you see in this design will be inlaid. The leaves and the stars and the steerhead are inlay. These leaf shapes will be cut out of the leather that forms the top of the boot, and they'll have to be filled in with a different color. This is the pattern I made that precisely covers that leaf shape. The leaves are green, so on the pattern I've noted that these are the leaves. The color is green. I need 8 of them, 4 going one way and 4 going the other direction. The top band is overlay. I made a pattern for that. But in that overlay pattern, there are leaves. So there's a pattern for the leaves. This is a pattern for the stars, and here's one for the longhorns. I don't want to have little bits of star hanging out into the leaf. The star is bone, and I don't want a bone section of my leaf. So I will position the star in there very accurately so that it's not hanging over into an inlay hole that I don't want that color to show. And then once I have the stars in, I can put the leaves on top without worrying that they're going to hang over and make a bit of my star green. Since I have a pattern, instead of trying to mark this on the leather several times, I have this design that I can accurately position in here in the way that's most efficient. Creating little patterns like this does take a while at the beginning when you're making the pattern. But once you get into actually making the top, it goes along so much faster. You know you're accurate, and if you ever need to reproduce the design, you can do that again accurately also.